Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're looking at the MLB PrizePicks plays for Thursday today. We have 5 games on the main slate. We got a lot in the early slate, so I'll be having props from all throughout the day. So hopefully you're able to watch this video early enough that you're able to get all 3 of these props in. I have some other ones that also look appealing, and I can talk about them a bit. But let's go ahead and get started with the video. As always, if you enjoy the content, appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you have not already. If you haven't signed up on PrizePicks yet, use my code PROCESS and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. You can check out all the other links down below in the description. So looking back at yesterday's MLB picks, we went 3-1 with the ones I posted on Twitter. Bassett hit the strikeouts. Manaea easily hit his over 18 outs, and Anderson got you 5 Ks. But Eovaldi was one that hurt a lot because just didn't look right all game. He had his lowest velocity stuff in like 8 years. Was barely hitting 93, 94 consistently on his fastball, and he's usually up there in the high 90s. And then the trainers and the coach came to check on him in the 5th after he looked to be in some pain, and he didn't come back out in the 6th. So he only finished with 84 pitches. We needed 2 more Ks out of him. Definitely something he could have done, but just wasn't meant to be, I guess. But let's go ahead and look at today. So based off yesterday's performance, we're now 14-5 with the last 19 official MLB PrizePicks plays I posted either on Twitter or via the video. So hopefully we can maybe get a sweep today. I do like these 3 quite a bit. The first one I'm going to go with is going to be a Philly prop, and it's going to be Zach Eflin. You have 3 selections to pick from. Hopefully they add the outs here. But I think the strikeouts look solid. He's going up against Milwaukee, who strike out at a pretty high clip. They're 6th most in MLB this season, striking out almost 9 times per game. And Eflin does give you some nice strikeout upside. He's had some big strikeout games this season against the Dodgers. Last game he had 6 Ks against the Angels, and he's pitching a lot better recently, even though he did kind of get roughed up against the Mets here. Besides the Mets, tough matchups recently against the Dodgers, Padres, but he went 7 innings against the Dodgers, 6 innings against the Padres, only get 1 run. He pitched well in Coors at the end of April, and he's a guy that has pitched for the Phillies for years, and he's always been at least a decent strikeout pitcher, so only needing 5 against a team that does strike out a lot is one that I do like. But I think his fantasy score is just super low at only 28.5. It's a guy that almost doubled it against the Dodgers. He almost doubled it going 8 innings against the Angels, and I know he didn't hit it against the Mets, and he didn't hit it against the Mets both starts, but he hit it against the Padres, he hit it against the Rockies. So looking at 4 out of his last 6, he's easily cleared this fantasy score, and it's not a terrible matchup against the Brewers. And the Phillies are just red hot right now, pitching well, hitting well, clicking on all cylinders since they fired Joe Girardi. Perfect. 5-0 under Rob Thompson, and they won their last 6 games. So Eflin's the first prop I'm going to give you guys. The second one, actually, I do like McClanahan. It would be my third prop, but the second prop is going to be Shohei Ohtani. You got a lot of options to pick from, but I'm going to take his over 6.5 strikeouts going up against the Boston Red Sox. So if we look at Ohtani, I think he's going to be the guy that will be able to stop the bleeding for the Angels. They've lost, I believe, 12 straight games now. But Ohtani coming off of a rough start against the Yankees last time out. He only went 3 innings, gave up 3 bombs. It's been some tough matchups recently for him. But the last time he did face the Red Sox, beginning of May, he went 7 strong, 0 earned runs, 11 strikeouts. This is the 4th game of the series, and we've already seen 2 1-0 games, both won by the Boston Red Sox. It's been a pretty low-scoring series. Both offenses struggling a little bit, especially the Angels offense, but the Red Sox only they scored 6 in the game number 2, so they scored 8 runs in 3 games. Not their best work. And looking at the lineup here, there are some strikeouts for Ohtani to pick from. Cordero strikes out north of 30%. You're going to have a high strikeout rate for Bobby Dahlbeck, over 30%. You got Martinez striking out a lot. Story strikes out a lot. Bradley strikes out a lot. So, and he has good strikeout stuff against both sides of the plate. You're probably looking at maybe 5 righties, 4 lefties in the lineup. No problem for Ohtani. Hopefully he's able to continue his dominance with the strikeouts. He has like 64 and 47 innings this year. And only need 7 out of him. So maybe throughout the day he gets up to 7, but at 6.5 I do like him. Hopefully being able to get us at least 7 Ks. And then the last prop I like is going to be Shane McClanahan over 18 outs. He's been very consistent for the Rays all season, and he's a guy that they typically let go up to 90, maybe even get close to 100 pitches. He did that against the Angels. But he's a guy that just doesn't get into very much trouble with the walks. He hasn't had a walk in his last 2 games, and he has some tough matchups here. And against the Yankees, the White Sox still pose some threats, even though they've been struggling this year offensively. But 6 innings, 6 innings, 6 innings, 7, 7. So he's at least got you 18 outs in his last 5 starts. And if you look at his entire season, he's only not hit it 1, 2, 3. I counted 3 times because, home opener, he only threw 68 pitches. Like every pitcher doesn't throw deep in their first start, so you can kind of chalk that up. But hopefully he does give you upside to get you 7 Ks or 7 innings. And the Cardinals only have a 3-run total today. You do have a ton of righties in this lineup, but if you look at this game on plate IQ, you can see that it's not much of an issue. He's good against both sides of the plate. It's not like he struggles against righties. He has a 29% K rate against lefties, and he has a 29.4% K rate against righties. ISO is about the same. WOBA is actually a little bit lower against righties. So I do like, and the hard contact rate is 5% lower. Like McClanahan, at least getting you 18 outs. If not, then probably getting you 21 if you're able to go 7 strong. So that's 3 props I like. If you wanted to make some more entries and add some more, I do think you can definitely take a shot on Garrett Cole. He only is at 7.5 strikeouts going up against the Twins, and he's hit this a lot recently. He's hit this, I believe, in 5 out of the last 6 starts. He's starting to look like himself, and he's a guy that the Yankees let throw north of 100 pitches, which is why his total on PrizePicks is at 101.5. So that's definitely one that I don't mind. If we look at the strikeouts, if anybody else looks decent, would probably be like Dylan Cease at 7 Ks. He hasn't hit that recently, but he still gives you elite strikeout stuff, and we have seen the Dodgers strike out a lot, just based off of the most recent games. And you could consider taking Pivetta over 5.5 Ks just with how much the Angels strike out. We'll see, and they've just been in such a bad slump offensively. But that's what I got, the 3 prize picks for you guys. Eflin over fantasy, Ohtani over strikeouts, and McClanahan over outs. Leave any questions down below in the comments. You can follow me on Twitter for updates. Best of luck today, and I will see you all next time.